Okay. Start of a new video, I think. I don't remember. But, loporrits. Let's go. Our musking station is a rousing success. I must admit that I understand less than half of what Coinway says about the circulation of carrots, but they seem rather pleased with the shopping station result as well. I do wish we had more dreams on offer, however. This cannot possibly be enough to satisfy every loporrit's needs. Dreams, passion, ingenuity. I believe I know a loporrits who can help. A loporrits with a vision, nay a dream. Just so. She enjoys fixing all manner of things, whether they need it or not. You may have some difficulty convincing her to set up station here, however. Surely we can convince her if we try. What's her name? Repairing Way. She's rather fixated on the machines in the greatest Endsville of late, so I shouldn't be surprised to find her out there. In that case, let us sally forthwith. And by us, I of course mean you and me, yo. We require your powers of persuasion as a person of Aetheris. Oh, that is one dilapidated supporter. You must have found the right loporrit. Pardon me, are you Repairing Way? That I am, and you are? I'm Dreaming Way, and this is the illustrious Yo. We're here to invite you to join a project of utmost import. Oh, and what would that be? Yes, I can see why that problem sorely needs fixing. I can't reach half the mechanisms and best ways burrow for melancholy loporrits draping themselves about. Even so, my paws are quite full, I'm afraid. Should I be derelict in my repair duties, we'll be even shorter on supporters than we already are, or the moon will go flying off into the great expanse, and then where would we be? Good point. I should hate to inconvenience everyone by hurling us out into the cosmos. I can recommend someone with similar talents, however. His name is Inventing Way, and he is quite mechanically inclined. And you think he would be willing to assist? Oh yes, he has been more than happy to help in the past. I would call upon him often, in fact. If only his repairs weren't so experimental. In any case, you need only say that your project will allow him to work with machines, and he shall doubtless agree without any further consideration. I'm certain he would be happier experimenting freely in your workshop than operating within the confines of practically out here. Why, just the other day I asked him to repair one of our carrot creation stations, and the next thing I knew, the thing had sprouted limbs and was dancing about to improve sprinkler efficiency. He certainly sounds like my kind of loporrit. Do you know where we might find him now? To the north of here, perhaps. I've noticed that he enjoys gazing out upon the machinery while he considers his next harebrained schematic. Thank you ever so much for your assistance. Oh, and best of luck with the repairs. I do hope Inventing Away finds its place with you. He means well, I'm relatively certain. A potential client, be calm, Inventing Away, temper your enthusiasm, temper it. Well met. Are you Inventing Away? Who's asking? That is to say, how may I help you? Repairing Way told us that you might be willing to join us in Hopper's Hold. You see, sweet Mother Heidelin, I thought you were here with a repair job, but you're saying that I can make any machine I dream up? Essentially, yes. Anything I can dream of, huh? This is the greatest day of my life. That is to say, I would be delighted to join you. I enjoy working on machines a normal amount. It was I who invented the supporters, in fact. Granted, I didn't anticipate that your people would turn out to be so small, which inevitably resulted in the supporters identifying them as unauthorized organisms and initializing their murderous rampage sequences. But I wanted to fix that. If I had been given the chance, I know I would have. Project management, though, wanted to go another way. Repairing Ways offered a few odd jobs to keep me occupied while I looked for a new role, but I think my innovative take on a carrot cultivation may have been the last straw, which is why I am truly grateful for a position where I can be myself. Now how can I possibly thank you or dreaming away, and no thanks necessary. I only hope you'll do your best to share your dreams with our fellow loporrits. You bet I will. I'll share like no one has ever shared before, and then they'll see. They'll all see. That is to say, I look forward to working with you. I have a number of large projects in mind, so I may bring along a few friends with time on their paws and... No! Wherever am I gonna find a fumatic saw? All my best souls were reappropriated when I dismissed my position. Why don't you come back to Dreaming Workshop and discuss it with Manning Way? They have a way of finding what we need. That's good, because I need a great many things. We'll be setting up a new station, so please come find us in the Opera's Hold when you have a chance. Bugger me, you know, I thought I was this was a closet. Welcome back. As expected, Managing Way turned Inventing Way's request into a tidy and particular list, then hopped off to oversee their procurement. They did mention something that they would like you to repair, or what was it again? Ah yes, machine oil that passing loporrits will not mistake for a refreshing beverage. That seems simple test enough, doesn't it? They even provided the necessary materials. If you run out, of course, feel free to ask Dreaming Away's supporter for more. Okay, that's totally doable. They're not asking for high quality products, so this is easy. I do hope you enjoyed crafting those items. If you're satisfied with what you've made, I can take them off your paws. Good heavens, such fine quality. Have you ever thought about changing your name to Crafting Way? I'll leave you to think about that while I go get Inventing Way set up. No doubt he's itching to astound us with his creations. I'm astounded and confounded, but mostly astounded. Rest assured that this was merely the warm-up before the sprint. My mind races with ideas. They certainly are unique. I dare say I would even struggle to find a use for most of these. But as we never specified you to do aught but live your dream, I suppose it's only fair to rate your performance above average. And here they come, my disciples. Gaze upon these machines and let the inspirations flow through you. Welcome to Dreaming Workshop. If anyone would like to try their paws at the dreams we have on display, please do inquire about our free trials. And now, useless machines. Is it not enough that we have no use ourselves? If I can use this ironic display to demonstrate the depths of our irrelevance, my petition to reactivate the hibernation stations may at last be approved. Struggle to your heart's content, my friends. Show us the meaning of futility. Who was that? Someone who's not interested in the machine station, it seems. But we have plenty of loporrits who are, and that's what matters. If we continue to draw such enthusiastic crowds to each station we build, everyone will have their own dream in no time. The Dreaming Workshop is now home to a brand new machine station and many technical wonders besides. There is much yet to be done, however, if each loporrits is to find a new purpose. Continue expanding the workshop to see what dreams may come. Nice. Okay, well, that's the end of this part of the video. I'll see you in a sec. Alright, we're continuing the video. Let's get to it. The machine station has surpassed our wildest imaginings. What are those things? Mechanical mysteries aside, we've gathered a good crowd, yet I know we can do more. I feel it in my ears. I asked the others if they had any ideas, and apparently, Managing Way has it all planned out. Managing Way, can you share your thoughts with Yo? Certainly. Consider, if you will, the traditional loporrit diet. Carrots, carrots, and more carrots. Many of us, myself included, have in fact subsisted exclusively on carrots. Contact with the people of Aetheris, however, has revealed a whole new world of non-carrot foodstuffs, in addition to fascinating trades and traditions entirely centered around food. If a loporrit's heart harbored a secret passion for such cuisine, how would they know? They would not until they visited our one-of-a-kind cooking station, that is. A delicious idea, is it not? I'm genuinely asking. I too have eaten naught but carrots, you see. And thus we arrive at our primary issue, staffling. There are few loporrits with sufficient knowledge of cuisine. Yeah, pudding way. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Horper's hold would be stuffed to the brim with pudding before the day is out. The acoustics would be dreadful, and I doubt inventing ways machines are pudding proof. Perhaps we should ask Cooking Way after all. There truly is no better loporrit for the job. Unfortunately, he is currently studying with the Charlians. We would need to coax him back to the moon if he is to work with us. Perhaps we won't need coaxing. We won't know until we try. Though, I don't fancy wandering through the city by myself again, what with gleaners running to and fro. They never watch where they're swinging those pointy knees of theirs. Please, would you come and protect me from the knees? I am in your debt. Together we shall brave the fearsome Aetherite Plaza. All those people, all those knees. But we must approach if we are to inquire as to Cooking Way's whereabouts. Not that the folk of Aetheris are terribly good at telling us loporrits apart. Perhaps we can begin by simply asking if they've seen any loporrits about. Aside from me, that is. Shall we? I see why your tours of Aetheris come so highly recommended. My fear of becoming hopelessly lost or trampled has fallen at least 50% with you by my side. Seeing so many shops lined up, I can't help but feel excited. Who knows what's in store? We wanted the other loporrits to experience the same sense of anticipation, so Managing Way and I used this place as a reference for the Dreaming Workshop. Can you tell? I did see a loporrit not long ago, in fact. They were watching diners at the last stand and muttering something about pudding. Yes, I could have sworn they were murmuring. How's the pudding? Most peculiar. I have a sneaking suspicion that your mystery mutterer is not the loporrit we're looking for, but I appreciate the information nonetheless. Loporrits. Yes, I do recall seeing a few of your kin earlier this evening. One appeared to be off to the last stand, while the other was walking toward the studium. Charlians truly are as knowledgeable as they say. Thank you, good sir. I see. Gazing at it from the faraway moon, we always imagine Aetheris to be the most beautiful place. And truly it is. I'm glad it's still here. Oh, another loporrit. This must be my lucky day. I was indeed just speaking with one of your kind about his research into the Far Eastern recipes, a particular interest of mine. If I must say, that fellow has good taste. Recipes, you say? Why, that must have been cooking way. Do you happen to know where he went? Not precisely, though he headed off towards the west side of town. Perhaps he went to research more recipes. In any case, your assistance in this matter has been greatly appreciated. Based on what we've gleaned thus far, I believe the unidentified loporrit headed for the studium is most likely our cooking way, in which case we shall be right on his tail. Salutations, cooking way. Dreaming way, is that you? What happened to your clothing? It's very yellow. Well, since you asked. Heavens, I had no idea that our fellow loporrits were in such dire straits. It's only right that I do what I can to help them. And I must admit that I'm eager to test the many recipes I have learned here on Aetheris. I know I've been a bit fixated upon carrots in the past, but I'm a changed loporrit now. There's a whole world of flavor out there, and it's time that we brought it to Beastway's Burrow. Huzzah! Flavor! Of course, I will need a kitchen. I can provide my own pots and pans, but I would appreciate your assistance with dishes and utensils. Most of Aetheris' cuisine is not so conducive to gnawing as one might expect. Leave it to us. I saw a chopstick once. Yes, about that. It would probably be best for you to consult Master Dickon at the last stand about the details. He'll show you what you'll need to prepare and in what quantities. Meanwhile, I shall return to the burrow and begin preparing my kitchen. There is much to be done. Thank heavens, he agreed. Let's go and speak with this Master Dickon. I imagine that you have a rough idea of what utensils are, but it never hurts to get a second opinion. Well, if it isn't my favorite temporary server. And I see you brought one of the cute little moonfells, too. Tableware for the loporrits. Well, why not? You'll need dishes and bowls, of course, some poultry, perhaps tablecloths and mats as well. One moment, I'll make a list. This should be everything. Thank you very much. Don't mention it. Just save a place for me. I'll get up there one of these days. Please do. I'll even send you a proper invitation once we're operational. Speaking of which, it's time we return to Hopper's Hold. Those sticks won't chop themselves. Huh? I always thought this was a cupboard. Ah, there you are. I turned Master Dixon's list over to Managing Way. Of course, so preparations are well underway. They did ask you to craft a few things though, if you don't mind. Specifically, gentle dish soaps. Oh, how exciting. I have the necessary supplies here, so you can start work straight away. Please don't be high quality. As always, we've stocked the Dreaming Supporter with plus supplies, so feel free to ask for more in case of unforeseen misfortune. If I had a carrot for every time I've accidentally hopped too hard on one of our components. Okay, it's just... Yo, I trust your work went to plan. Managing Way's plan, that is. Oh, is that what those are supposed to look like? Fascinating. Cooking Way has already arranged the kitchen according to his very exacting preferences. So we should have everything we need to get started. I hope you worked up an appetite. Feast your eyes on the cooking station. What shall we eat first? Welcome. Do taste my many dishes as you like. Each recipe has been prepared with loving care. If you have any questions about the flavors or techniques involved, I should be more than happy to instruct you. I remember that loporrit. I should like to speak with them, but they're always running off. The cooking station is now open, servicing the hungry loporrits of Hopper's Hold and beyond. There is much yet to be done, however. If each is to find new purpose, continue expanding the workshop to see what dreams may come. Whoa. Okay. Is that another 20 minutes? I got one more quest before the video's done. I'll see you in a sec. Okay. We're finishing the video. I love how these little loporrits dance, man. I was getting ready for this, and I was just watching this little guy dance. Oh yeah. Making a video. Yo, you recall that curious character that we've seen, for lack of a better term, lurking about Harper's Hold, don't you? Well, I hear tell that they also spend a great deal of time lurking about the Watcher's Palace. A regular lurking way, that one. In any case, it seems that the Dreaming Workshop isn't meeting their needs. I should like to ask them how they can be more helpful. Would you join me? Perfect. I've already checked all our nooks and crannies, so with any luck, they'll be looking by the Watcher's Palace as we speak. Ah, the moon. They must be around here somewhere. Perhaps they grew tired of the view and decided to take their lurking elsewhere. Oh, it's them. Quickly, before they slip away. Hail, my good way. If I'm not mistaken, you have come to enjoy the offerings of our dreaming workshop a number of times, have you not? Enjoy? Hardly. Though I suppose watching you pointlessly exert yourselves has been entertaining enough. That's good, but I was hoping that we might assist you in finding a dream of your own. And what is it you expect me to dream of? Fanciful machines, colorful cuisines? I think not. Without the people of the theorists to delight in them, such pursuits are meaningless, one and all. I cannot say I agree. No matter, your exertions have their place in supporting my petition to Livingway. When she authorizes my hibernation, I shall dream sweet dreams at last. Huh. So, their dream is to sleep? That's a lot of nonsense, if I do say so myself. I can hardly follow your dreams while you're asleep. Perhaps Livingway will understand better than I do. Sounds like our Ashenford friend has spoken of this matter to her before. Why is it so difficult to find anyone today? Livingway. There you are, Livingway. Might we have a word? So soon. I had thought your project was proceeding apace. Overall, yes, but we're struggling with one way in particular. Are you familiar with an Ashenford loporrit? Red eyes, mysterious, absolutely adorable until they open their mouth. Oh, yes. I was aware they had paid visit to Hopper's Hold, but I wasn't aware that you were aware. Perhaps you may yet succeed where I have not. You are Yo, that the loporrits were created to prepare the moon for man's arrival, and that the preparations require substantial time and effort. All bent towards our common goal in their each own way, but some loporrit went above and beyond, one in particular. The very same. This most passionate of ways took the name counseling way. Their role was to lend a listening ear and provide advice to people of Aetheris, something we anticipated we would be sorely needed given the abrupt displacement you were all to face. More than any other, they sought to understand your people. They studied, they practiced, and they looked forward to the day when they would finally meet you. As you can imagine, the change of plans has come as a terrible shock. They became uninterested in their former pursuits and are adamant that not of worth remains for them to do. I was unable to persuade them otherwise, and after some time, they disappeared from the burrow altogether. It was shortly after that other loporrits began sighting an ashen-furred way, wandering Marinatorium. Oh dear. Even I didn't recognize them at first. I wondered when this new way had sprung. Then I watched them stand out there, gazing at the sky, at Aetheris, and I realized it was the grief that had changed them, a loss too heavy to bear. It came as no surprise when they asked to be put back into hibernation. Yet I cannot allow it, even with the final days averted. There must be a place for us in this world. I know there is. We need only reach out our paws. I said as much, but it's as if they cannot hear me. And no matter how many times I refuse them, they return with their petition for eternal sleep. It would be a tragedy to lose a loporrit with so much love in their heart. We must find a way to help them, to give them a new dream. Now, not that I know what that would be. Thank you for telling us of this living way. We should ask the others for help. This matter is of dire import. I shall see you at Harper's Hold soon, then. A moment, yo. If anyone can save counseling way, it's you lot, and they can be saved. I must believe that. So please do everything in your power. On behalf of loporrit kind, I beseech you. There you are. Come, we must bring managing way into our confidence. So, what do we do? This counseling way has visited the workshop several times, correct? Yet we have seen no measurable results thus far. And they are not the only loporrit to have been dissatisfied with our offerings, though a significant portion have gravitated to the dreams on display. many remain uninterested. We must try a different tack, one that targets this demographic specifically. I see, but what could a loporrit who doesn't fancy music or mechanics or mealtime possibly enjoy? We might look at what else they have in common. Assuming my mental register is correct, and it usually is, the remaining wayward ways had roles that would have involved direct contacts with the people of Aetheris. In addition to consulting roles like counseling ways, there were those specialized in guiding the people around our facilities, interpreting, and other aspects of hospitality. Oh, that means all of them would have been especially disappointed to find out that our guests weren't coming. They could hardly carry out their work alone. Alone? What if we didn't wait for them to take interest in a new dream all by themselves? If we bring everyone together to work towards a common goal, it may remind them what it's like to have a purpose again. Teamwork is key, to be sure, but what sort of project could we give them? Do you have any ideas, yo? Underestimate the value of art. No singing, please, no singing. Such as painting. Look at these boring walls we have. Surely they could use a touch of paint or a mural. Expressing oneself through art is a proven means of processing negative experiences, though some may prefer a medium other than paint. Never fear, I shall arrange for a variety of supplies. At minimum, we can expect to attract Counseling Way's attention once more. Just where we want them paying attention. For the time being, let us focus on gathering as many wayward ways as possible. With you here, it should be easy. Even the most listless loporrit would jump at the chance to work together with a representative of mankind. We only need to find them again. You want to create something together. Is that allowed? I can't see much of a point in it. Yet, I can hardly refuse a request from a person of Aetheris, even now. Express my feelings through art. That sounds difficult. Though if it helps people, or even just you, suppose we can give it a try. Painting. I don't know much about art, I'm afraid. But if you insist, I can join you as moral support. My job was supposed to be helping people in need after all. Yeah, buddy. Thanks to your persuasive personing, we have more participants than we know what to do with. I just, of course. Managing way always knows what to do. Speaking of which, they've asked that you create additional paints. Some of our painters firmly believe that quantity equals quality. As always, Managing Way has provided supplies for your convenience and ours. More can be had from the Dreaming supporter if you need them. I may step away to make sure that no one else attempts to paint the wall with cooking waste frosting. I trust that you will find me here when you're done. Okay. Oh, fuck. That's a lot. Ah, shit. Might have fucked that up. No, I didn't. I fucked up. Oh, I'm so pissed. Ah, fuck. 4 steps, I don't know. I managed to do it with random chance. Okay, cool. Just in time to prevent further frosting-based incidents. I'll take those off your paws. I shall see these distributed to our artists post-haste. I can hardly wait to see the finished product. Aww. I had hoped they would enjoy themselves, but I never imagined they would become so absorbed in their work, nor create such a magnificent mural. This is by far our greatest success yet. Art, truly you're making my task too easy. Counseling way. Do not call me that again. 'Tis a relic of a life I care not to remember. Noted. Would you like to try your paw at painting? Not particularly. There is a distinct lack of unified vision here, yet somehow it works. Art is a mystery indeed. I had no idea that art could be so liberating. I haven't had this much fun in ages. Fun. Perhaps I once knew what that was like. With all of the loporrits we've helped, I'd like to think we've done our part. Still, we cannot stop. No, we will not stop. Not until we help the counseling way. And does anyone else who has yet to find a dream. The imaging station is now open, allowing one's wayward ways to vent their innermost emotions through creative pursuits. There are yet loporrits that want for new purpose, however. Continue expanding the workshop to see what dreams may come. Nice. Okay. That's the last corner. Alright, that's gonna do it for this video. Wait, let me check something. yeah, just 2 more, and the next one will be like a half hour, and the one after that will be like 12 minutes, if that. So the last video will be a short one, but this one will be like an hour and something. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, especially if you made it to the end. If not, I still appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.